So as I mentioned, I'm the, quote, senior advisor on the advisory board of the Human Performance Institute. And they have a history, they've been doing this for about 20 years, of training people to excel in high-stress environments and increase their health and happiness. How'd you like to do that? So, where the Dr. Jim Loehr is the founder with his partner Jack Groppel. They came from sports psychology, eminent sports psychologists. Quick story. Jim Loehr is the man Dan Jansen say is most responsible for him winning a gold medal. Those of you who don't remember the story, it started in Calgary in 1988. He held every world record in the 500 and 1,000 meter speed skate where they run around the oval. Run around, listen to me. Skate around the oval. His sister died of leukemia the day that he was going to run the 500, heavily favored to win the gold. Died that morning. He went out on the ice, and almost as the race began, he slipped out, slid into the barrier. He also failed the 1,000 meter. And nobody could have blamed him because of the emotion and the trauma of those moments. Oh, and everybody just felt for him. Dan is a great guy. He's a friend of Jim's. Albertville 4 years later. Still holding world records, still the favorite. People are catching up. Now he's going to win it for sure. It's only right. Skates the 500. Puts his hand down, begins to slip. Finishes 8th. Gosh, it's called choking. Skates the 1,000. He hates the 1,000, by the way. He's always hated it. Even though he held a record in it, hated it. He proved it there. He finished 26th. Everybody thought his career was over. Lillehammer, Norway, 1994. Now, is this funny? He still holds the world's record. He's still favored in the 500. Not so much the 1,000, but the 500. Gets up to the line in the 500, and all he thinks about is that, I've got to win the gold. I've been so disappointed. Got to win the gold. Got to win the gold. He goes out and slips. And the whole world just, oh, we can't watch. It's one of those things you just can't watch. He hadn't done well in the 1,000 for over a year. Lots of people could beat him in the 1,000. But he was working with Jim before the Lillehammer Olympics. And Jim had told him there's 3 things that you need to do to turn your brain in the right place. 1, always think about what you're grateful for. 2, don't worry about winning, worry about doing your best. Only think about doing your best. And 3rd, create a new story. A story about how much you love the 1,000 meter. So he had for months and months and months written in his daily training logs, I love the 1,000, I love the 1,000. And by the way, there's something very important about writing it, not just saying it. So he gets to the line, and literally what he says is he thought about 3 things. He used to ask he was one of 9 children, and he asked his dad, are we rich? Want to know as a little kid, are we rich? And his dad would look around and say, we're rich in everything that matters. And as he got to that line, that's what he thought. I'm so lucky. He also thought, I'm just going to skate like the wind. That's all I can do. And 3rd, I love this race. I love this race. And the whole world stood up and cheered when he won. And he carried his 18-month-old daughter around on a victory lap. It's not that different from Money Brothers and I Love Music. In other words, the same challenge, even more pressure to choke. But because he took control of the story about his life, about that event, he changed everything.